What's up, everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Witcher. And last time round, we did clear out a little bit of the stuff here in the swamp. We did also, I might be mixing up episodes here.
Oh, nothing beats meat.
That was really freaky. But we may have also kind of made friends with Ram's meat and determined that he's actually, to the extent that anyone is innocent here, relatively innocent. But I think now is the time when we are off to make our journey here toward. Oh, let me mark it in our quest. I was taking a quick look at our monsters here. See who we may and may not know. Is this sort of one of the sub-tasks. Alkstein. And wants us to go to the tower. Huh? Actually requires that we go back? I don't know about that. Is the tower actually in the center of town? Alright, maybe that's not the first thing we're going to do then. I thought it was here. In that case, we will help Gramps here.
Hello, son.
I'm not your son, Gramps.
You guessed my name. They call me Gramps around here.
They call me all kinds of things. Mostly Geralt, or Scabbed Freak.
Well, people exaggerate. I don't see many scabs. No offense.
None taken. But I'm likely to earn some trekking through this swamp.
Yes?
Yeah, so we started doing this in, I think that was probably the previous episode, maybe even 2 episodes ago, but ran into a somewhat difficult enemy. So we'll see if we can avoid that one this time around. We did clear out some of the drowners, which makes it a little bit easier. Also
I'm looking for a child, the brickmaker's little boy.
What are you implying?
Just asking if you've seen him.
Well, I don't know anything about that. Children? Don't like them.
Tell me about the Mage's Tower.
It's a little
Why
suspicious.
does it interest you?
I need to get inside.
An ambitious goal. And ambition is key in life. I'm too tired to explain everything, but I like you, son. I had a book about it somewhere. Maybe I'll show it to you sometime.
Ah, okay.
I'll
We
tell you
would
wonder if you'll
very much
succeed.
like that.
What was that?
A storm approaches, son. Beware of lightning.
What?
You're not making much sense.
Listen to Gramps, son.
I don't know if that's metaphorical.
My joints are stiff. A storm is coming.
Okay.
I'm looking for work.
Well, we'll
swords.
help get
I
over
suspect I know
to the
type
tower.
of work you seek. Perhaps you could escort me to the chapel for my prayers. I'm old and no longer good at driving monsters off with my staff.
Yeah, because I think the chapel is actually tower.
I was thinking about paying
He's
work.
kind of downplaying it a
Alright.
little bit. Or I think
take
it,
you there.
well, we don't know for certain, but it does seem like that might be the case. Wait, the Mittel Shrine? There's one in the hospital, but surely that is not what this guy's referring to. Because if we go here, mark it on our quest, down here, and I mean, it doesn't look that far, but this is pretty zoomed out. As I was saying, oh, hold on, switch to the silver sword. I think that might have been one of the problems we ran into last time when we tried to do this. We might have been trying to fight some monster folk using a steel sword, and that's no good. Brickmakers are... Oh, am I going in the wrong direction? Uh-oh. I was gonna say, we cleared out this area and they're already here?
Clay pits. This is where those lunatics work.
Huh. They look normal to me.
Brickmakers pretend to be normal to strangers, yet they conceal their faith. Do you know those dimwits worship fish people?
Oh,
People believe in the strangest things.
Yeah, but to
That
worship
explains a bit.
slime-covered reptiles with bulging eyes. Those Vodyanoi can't even talk. You must communicate with them using objects.
Care to elaborate?
Humans communicate with fishoids by leaving objects on special altars.
oh,
Each item
okay.
has specific symbolic meaning and is read as an intention. The Vodyanoi answer in the same manner.
So we
What
saw
kind of
those.
objects?
Dunno, and I don't care. You need to speak with one of the worshippers. But brickmakers don't divulge their knowledge to potential blasphemers.
That is actually very informative. So we did hear some of that from the town leadery person. And we did help her clear out these pits, and now there's already brickmakers back here. We wonder if we were going the wrong direction. See, there's one of the altars. Isn't this the one that we cleared not long ago? I think so. You guys are confusing me with that. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So yeah, having cleared that stuff out, I don't know if suddenly she will be willing to divulge some of those secrets, and, well, look out. I think this is where we ran into the not-so-friendly plant before. Oh. There's a drowner, which I would rather run into. Than the big plant. I can take down... Oh, there's the big plant. Okay, running. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Oh my god. See how much that poison does? I mean, I do wonder if it took down Gramps. Apparently it didn't. But I think I am going to deliberately avoid it. Oh, and I mistakenly messed up that combo there. Whoa! Yeah, there's a lot of guys here. Hold on. We are in trouble here. In case that wasn't clear. It was not how I expected to run into trouble. Do we have enough endurance to actually cast something? I don't think we do. We appear to have 0 endurance, and we are still potentially poisoned at the moment. Endurance, we have 5. I don't think it's enough. Yeah. That's not what I wanted to look at. This is what I wanted to look at. Do we have anything here? Might help bail us out, because I'm not so sure that we do. We do have this that gives us endurance regeneration. Allow us to cast, potentially. I mean, it isn't instant, it's just faster regeneration. So we would have to get that, recover enough, and then cast some people away, finish them off without taking 5 damage, I think is how much life we have right now. So, eesh. I don't know. It's not looking good. Please, please, please get pushed away. Nope. Did not regenerate quick enough. I don't remember where we last saved. Might have saved just before we talked to Gramps. We're about to find out. I mean, we took a ton of damage from that big plant. Ton of damage from that. So, I mean, we did get swarmed by a bunch of drowners, which I did not anticipate. But I think that the majority of the damage did come from the plant there.
Hello, son.
I'm not your son.
Tough
They call
encounter.
me all kinds.
Well, people exactly.
Alright, I'm gonna skip through this because we have, of course, seen it.
Tell me about the.
What does it
Get the information, though.
Scraps.
I truly wonder.
What was that?
A storm approaches.
You're not making.
Listen to Grant.
Okay.
I'm looking
Child.
for. Just asking.
I don't know.
I'm looking for.
And then the work.
I was thinking.
Okay. So, I mean, we appear to need a new... Well, hold on. Could it be that there's a better way around? Could we have outright avoid that encounter, maybe? I think that's what we ought to do. Get a little more off the beaten track, because the town leader was talking about how avoid the fork in the road, and that might be that we were just getting over there. We're gonna have this conversation. Also already had.
Clay.
Huh. People care to
Zoom through this as well, if you don't mind. Okay. Okay, so we went. we went that way. I'm not sure there's much we can do to avoid going over there. And this is flat out the wrong direction. It's not really going to help. Also, would like to be using this. Again, he is important. Using the silver weapon. So I'm assuming we went this path last time. A slightly different path here, but not optimistic that we will actually be able to make our way through here, although there's a place of power. Did not expect to see that. Okay, so we actually can... Ooh. Can go through this water, and I wonder if the easy way out. So... I mean, eventually this would be a very convenient place to teleport ourselves from, but we'll settle for the time being. Is Gramp still following us? He is. So I'm assuming we have gone far enough now. We will avoid the plant at least. Although, of course, if we're going through the water, one would assume we're going to run into drowners. Do we make land as soon as we can? Possibly. Still unknown herbs here. Lots of drowners. Okay. I think we have avoided the most dangerous part, though. See you. You need to fight drowned deads. Think quick stance is the best against them? Think. And they do appear to basically be more powerful versions. Uh-oh. More. Oh, not this thing. Did we just go back the way that we came enough so that we ran into that thing? Now it's actually gonna kill us. Alright, we were doing so well. And...
3 women. This reminds me of something. There's an altar at the base.
This is actually the shrine. We did zoom past to actually get here. Wow. We did technically make it to the end. Granted, there are enemies right there. And Gramps is potentially still fighting those guys. I mean, we can do this. We did just do 1 second ago. Oh, but Gramps did follow us. Okay. Okay.
Here we are. Thank you, son.
We can still see the plant.
I like you. Visit me sometime. I'll show you my books, serve you some tea, and goulash. You're a witcher, yes? I met another of your kind recently, but he lacked courtesy. He demanded to know about the Circle of Elements.
So we did recently, another thing, learn that Berengar was actually our brother, and apparently he's dead. So, yeah, that latter part as well. Apparently, I wasn't reading between the lines as much. I mean, they didn't really explicitly say it. Maybe they did. But, yeah, so that's, I'm assuming who he's referring to. Both those things are potentially
Another
interesting.
witcher? What can you tell me about him?
Well, not much, son. He wandered about asking questions and looking like one with a sour stomach.
I'm not so interested in that.
Yeah, I know. He feared something or someone. Spent most of his time near the pits where those village idiots burrow in clay.
Thanks, Gramps. That helps.
Okay.
Now I need to pray in peace.
I would have liked to have known a little bit about that other stuff, too. Also, would like to know if any of these things are coming to kill us at the moment. But for the time being, we appear at least the tiniest little bit safe. What I'm going to do is, what little food we may have remaining, because I did get rid of a lot of it. I'm not sure we have any, for that matter. Assumed it. You appear to have a little bit of time. regenerate some HP. All we have is alcohol. Not do what I want to do. So, I'm just gonna stand here for a little bit and watch our HP go back up a little bit. Maybe after that happens, we will save and make sure that we don't have to run through the same gamut and potentially die after having done what we struggled to do for a while there. I mean, it certainly appears as though some of these enemies are no joke here. I don't know if technically this is supposed to be much later on in the game that we're supposed to go here, and we're kind of going in a more difficult area where we're under-leveled, under-geared, so to speak. So you see the obelisks, and we do now know something about them. Out of curiosity, how are we doing on the lives? We're at roughly a third. Those drowned deads are... A second it looked like they were walking in our direction. Curiosity, what time is it? It's 6, so it's gonna get dark pretty soon. So things are dangerous. And they're about to get far more dangerous. Oh, of course there are more over there. Okay. Just, you know, take this out real quick. What else we can do there? I'm gonna save now. Regenerated a little bit of HP. And if it turns out we need more, then we can play the waiting game more. But I'm assuming that is not something that you guys probably particularly want to see at the moment. So I'm not sure if we've gone this way. Let me double check. No, this would be a totally different direction. Amp's hut is way out there? What? Okay, that might be worth visiting, because presumably he's going to give us the book that gives us more information about the tower that we heard about. But that seems like something that we'll want to go back to when it is not night, and when we maybe have more light. Rush past here. It's probably a bad idea. But in the interest of... Oh! Okay, hold on. Checking the map here. Wow. This looks like it's going to the mainland, and we have a cave, of course, is what we were seeing. Actually, could cut a major corner there. If we were to just hop through here. Across the water, because we now know that is a possibility, but I wonder what is on the mainland here.
A cave entrance.
Oh, no. Cannot do that while fighting. We are in trouble here, in all likelihood. This guy is tough. It's not the super kind of plant, but it is still one of the plants that is very powerful. Fortunately, I do think we're dodging a lot of its attacks, but it's strong. We're only like halfway down its HP at the moment. Granted, we're not taking a ton of damage at the moment. We do have a quest that we have that requires that we take these guys out. So, a little more comfortable fighting this thing than I am the other thing. The other thing, clearly, we were in some pretty serious trouble. This guy looks like we're going to be able to survive. We did get the root stock, which is what we were looking for. I am curious if there's more over here. Beyond just this cave. This is probably asking for trouble going here, right? Oh, there are many wolves. I suppose I probably should have anticipated that. Seeing as how I believe we heard that there are wolves in here. Or on this island, at least. And, you know, cave on a place with... It's known to have wolves. During the day, the wolves hang out in the den. That does make some sense. So I'm curious, can we actually head out toward the mainland? Looks like we may be able to do just that. Going to be safer? Probably not. Probably not. There's a lot of stuff out here. Uh-oh. I saw that. Oh, there's two of them? No. If we had more life at the moment, we could consider it. Again, we do technically need to fight them for quests. I am wondering what's on the middle of that island. There's gotta be something, right? This is a much bigger area than I anticipated. Oh, the lumberjacks. Okay, we did hear about them. That is, I suppose, a felled tree? Tree stump? Okay. Okay. I like it. Maybe this is a slightly safer place to be at night, and it is about to be night. I mean, I see all of you, but you do not appear to have any settlement here. Take the crow's eye, because that seems to be a rarer plant that we can only get here. What is the deal with you guys?
5,000 ewes in 3 months? My ass. Impossible.
Aaron Bolt, you have a name. Let's talk.
Who are you?
Geralt the Witcher, a friend.
And we'll see.
And you?
Yaren. I speak for the lumberjacks.
Can we talk?
Speak.
I
Any
mean,
jobs for a Witcher?
suppose we can lead with that.
Despite the danger, the beasts leave us alone.
What is that?
So,
What?
nothing?
Perhaps. For someone willing to take a risk.
I'm listening.
But the begatic plant should be blooming in the swamp.
I understand it's valuable.
The drug it makes is. Collect some blossoms and we could both earn a little.
I wade through mud, face danger, then we split the profit?
You don't know what begatit looks like, nor where to sell it.
Okay, let's play herbalist.
Great. Begatit blossoms look like red orchids. Clumps grow throughout the swamp. Sell them to the ferryman. Ask those living in the swamp if you can't find any.
I'll deliver the flowers to the ferryman as soon as I find them.
Okay. I think I did see a few plants that we walked by that said unknown plant. I am curious as to where your actual home is. Actual establishment. So is that wolf indicator there just random? Or is that actually an indication that we ought to beware of that? Whoa, that is really far away. Okay. There's a lot of stuff over here. I did not anticipate that we would see all this. Sure, I was thinking... Heard that. Here I was thinking we were more or less running into a dead end. It is also, as I was saying before, getting late. It continue to hear bad stuff. That looks like your camp. More obelisks. Okay, a little bit of food. I mean, that might actually be worth consuming right now. Are kind of in need. Oh. Those are wolves, but their names are green, which would suggest... Oh! They're actually friendly. So we found the druids. Will appear to be...
Huge trees, strange symbols, tamed beasts, even a dryad. This must be the druid's grove.
A wyvern? What? What the heck is this place? You have trained dragons. Okay, one moment, please. You'll excuse me, but I am a little bit concerned about what may be about to happen here. So... Oh, no, that's not a notable plant. I was looking at the red and thinking, maybe that's useful. You, Elder Druid, explain things. Those wyverns?
Those wyverns?
Wyverns, indeed.
How did you master them?
Tamed them through hard work. I guarantee they're not drugged or their wings clipped. See for yourself.
Any accidents?
Only the fool who tried to brush a wyvern's teeth.
I see.
Any other questions?
Okay, so note, don't attempt that. Ooh. Exclusively to hanging on Wed. Teaches the reader to recognize plants and alchemical ingredients from it. I don't know what that is. Ritual plants, that is also something that might be relevant. For druidic rituals, I mean, all those things might be useful. We have not seen that. I mean, one might assume that that is one of the things we might find. Ooh, what is this? Increases maximum endurance level. That sounds very helpful. And I think we have seen these before. I'm not sure if we've seen this before, though. This looks new to me. I think we take this. I think we do. Not really expecting you to be a salesman. I was more expecting you to be leader of this group who might give us a little more of an explanation as to what is going on here. I suppose you did a little bit. Foggy Forest. Druid's Grove. There is an obelisk there, and this just really goes up. Man, we have to go way out into the water there? Find this thing? And Gramps' hut is also in the middle of the water? This might just all be unexplored. So it's could be anything. Okay. Wow. Yeah, this area is huge. I did not expect this. That looks... Circle of unwanted power? Excuse me? Bad wolves over there.
What is it?
Explain this thing. Also, both these things. And all of these
I
things.
seek a boy
Every
missing
one
from
of
the
those things.
Brickmaker's village.
I've not seen him.
The Brickmakers claim you changed children into dryads.
Fools! Only adults are accepted here. Children would only trouble us. As for dryads, ask them yourself.
I'm
But
looking
other
for
things too.
Megatic blossoms.
We can supply the herb at a reasonable price. Talk to the man who tends the holy oak.
I
And the
seek
tower.
information on the Mage's Tower.
There is power inside. Alas, it cannot be penetrated.
Has anyone tried?
Many, but common thieves and mages know not how to open the door.
And you do?
In the swamp, perhaps you've noticed old stones bearing strange symbols.
Indeed.
They are nodes of powerful energy. Lines of energy intersect at a strange place.
At the tower?
Look for yourself.
Thank you.
Old secrets are best left alone. That tower is cursed.
Know where I might find a copy of Ain Sofar?
Ask that madman, Gramps, who collects anything he finds. Might even have that book.
I'll check.
Yeah, it sounds like he does. Because we've heard him say he has something about the tower. And we need to fight wolves, although I'm not sure if it would make the druids mad if we did that. Even if those are the mean, untrained wolves. Alright, what does this do? We've learned the Yrden inside. Magical trap that slows down your opponents. Sign on the left of the screen, right click. When enhanced, Yrden also causes damage to opponents and can poison and weaken them. It's best used in combination with other signs. Okay. So that could be a really helpful thing for us to have against these powerful enemies that we're starting to find. But, I was also curious as to... Well, I mean, gotta check this, right? Won't let me talk to them? What if I try to brush their teeth?
What is it?
I seek information on the Mage's Tower.
There is power inside.
Not sure if this is the same guy we just spoke to.
Cannot be penetrated.
Sounds like it might be.
Has anyone tried?
Many, but common thieves and mages know not how to open the door.
And you do?
In the swamp, perhaps you've noticed
At the tower?
Yes, we have heard this.
Thank you.
old secrets.
Know where I might
Ask.
Yes, we've heard all this. Okay. I am curious as to how all of these obelisks line up. Let's seems like he's trying to suggest that they point in a certain direction. I mean, there are lots of them here at the bottom. It makes me think that they're going to be kind of pointing toward this direction, more or less where the beggar chick is. So I know at the moment we can't see this, and it looks like it's just all water, but I suspect where this is probably right around where the tower is as well. Let's see if there are, in fact, other people of note to speak to. Sounds like all the druids might be very similar. Moren, I mean, you have a special name, as do you. You're an elf. Not sure if those two things are mutually exclusive.
Druid's Grove, traveler.
Greetings.
Marvelous place. I come here when I need to think, and the peacefulness helps clear my mind. Even a witcher is welcome here.
One more word about my accepting my otherness and finding the home I never had, and I'll cry like a baby.
Sarcasm only serves to expose your inhibitions.
Ooh, an elven psychoanalyst.
I spent decades among humans. I find your kind as complicated as the schematics of a flail.
Decades? Live that long among humans, you're bound to become more like them than you ever wanted to be.
Are you speaking from experience, Monster Slayer?
A sharp wit. I'm Geralt.
My name's Yavin.
Let's talk.
Yes.
Ah, yes, a fitting rival. An equal intellectual, I see. For Witcher's work, yes.
I'm looking for
Mostly
Witcher's
that.
work.
Then I'll ask you a favor. I need a letter delivered to Vizima, where I'm not welcome. As a witcher, you should find little difficulty tending to monsters on the way and avoiding trouble with the guards at the city gates.
Most
Who's
of
the
the
letter
time.
to?
I'd be obliged if you could deliver it to Vivaldi,
Okay.
a dwarf living in town.
Yes,
and
indeed.
then return his reply to me.
I'll
This
do
is
it.
true.
I'm going to Vizima anyway.
That might be what gives us Vivaldi's book, because I thought we were going to get it from him, but we still haven't gotten it from him. Okay. We're supposed to talk to the druid that is tending to the Great Oak for something else, and my guess is that's you.
What is it?
I seek information on the Mage's Tower.
There is power in...
Has
Okay.
anyone tried?
Except it seems like
And you-
every
Swamp.
druid
Perhaps you've not
is
at the tower.
identical.
Look,
Thank you.
old sea...
Know where I might
Ask them.
I'll check.
Yes. Okay. Okay, might need to blur that out, so I'm not sure I want to go there at the moment. Maybe we'll talk to that person in another video / off the video. Thing is how they were not wearing a shirt. Okay. I am kind of curious what is in this direction. Because, yes, we do have a little bit of information, but not a ton. Also, supposedly, this is an actual path that goes down here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything up here, but then again, I didn't think there was going to be anything over here at all. So, could be wrong. Certainly be wrong. Our wolves. Again, I don't know if our druid friends, our new druid friends, are going to take kindly to us fighting these guys. We are also using wrong sword, yet again. Okay, we did need to fight some of those guys. I think, assuming it was probably the wolf's head. It does appear as though those people are not super mad at us at the moment. I think that's a good thing. I think this is a dead end. Oh, okay. Maybe that answers some of our questions then. Regarding where we can and cannot go. Appears that we need to go this way. we are to progress further along this path. There are more wolves. I think they were terribly difficult there, but I would suspect they certainly will come in numbers, as we are kind of seeing here. Take them out one at a time, though. That certainly helps as well. At least some of them, one at a time. So yeah, I think numbers is going to be their primary strength. That's 2 out of the 5, I think. Oh, okay, 3 out of the 5. At least one that we are currently fighting. And, okay, here are the rest. Maybe, sort of. Not really. Stay on our single target stance until the last one comes here. So then we use this, except now it's the only one remaining, so we switch back to quick stance. Not bad. Could have sworn I saw a red marker over our heads there, but maybe that was just damage and not that there was a wolf flying up above somewhere. That would be a little concerning. Okay. What is this? Obelisk. Seems potentially noteworthy. Since we're apparently trying to... Oh, round dead. Okay. What is this? Marshland. Ooh, okay, so that does answer some questions as to what is in this direction. Beggar tick included, potentially. And there is an obelisk. Yeah, so I really think we're seeing that everything is kind of pointing almost like a pyramid or a fan, a funnel. And it starts wide here, and then it narrows and narrows until you get maybe just past the beggar tick over here-ish. But this does also look like it's going to be a more dangerous area, in which we will not just be fighting drowned dead. Wyvern Island? Uh-oh. Okay. Does that tell us anything new? There is Wyvern Island, apparently. Oh, we actually can't see that stuff if we hover over it. This? Lumberjack's Glade? Are the Lumberjacks werewolves? Because it does kind of seem like you're implying that. Okay. Alright. Noted. Noted. We wanna... Well, I'm hesitant to go out here at night, because I am fearful that we are risking making it more difficult than it has to be. Basically. Yeah, that doesn't sound great either. What? A lot of pylons. And, generally speaking, Golem Cemetery doesn't sound like that's something we really want to mess with right now, until maybe we learn more about it. I did see that at one of the vendors that there was a book about how to summon golems. Oh! There already are golems here. Of course there are. It's an Alghoul. We are supposed to find and defeat some of them. This is approaching Beggartick territory, but I can't help but feel like we are in the midst of getting ourselves way in over our heads. Have Obelisk, Lap's Tap, yeah. Beggartick is right at the tower. So, I'm not convinced that this is the best time to do this right now. We are also about to get swarmed. Golems there too. These are just drowners, at least at the moment. We are again using the wrong sword, dude. please use the correct weapon. Make life easy on yourself. Look how much easier that is. Practically a one-shot. We have the silver sword. It is definitely not the steel. Okay. Makes me very uncomfortable. That's a whole lot of guys over there. I see the beggar tick too. I mean, unless we are going to be able to quite literally pick you off one by one, I have very little hope in us being able to actually defeat you guys. I'm curious about what it means to fight Al Ghul, though. Okay, again, wrong sword. Guessing you're a heavy stance kind of enemy. Don't want to get close enough to attract your friends. We could just fight you. That would be ideal. Apparently we're close enough to still fight you. And we did take you down. Somehow. Oh. Thought we needed to fight Al Ghul. Aegis Tower? Okay, apparently we went close enough to, yup, see that. That was not really my intention either. But, I mean, we're just, like, exploring everything in the night here. And we're not really doing a very comprehensive look at everything here. But, yeah, I mean, as you can see, it appears as though all the obelisks are either pointing to the tower or maybe even something on the tower. Kind of like right up here-ish. In which case, I'm not sure what that's about, but this looks like a very dangerous place to be, generally speaking. And it seems as though, you know, doing this at 9 o'clock at night, when there may just be more ghouls and goblins out, seems like that is generally a bad idea. Generally and genuinely. Oh, okay. Again with the steel. Seems like that's just the default weapon that we always take out. If we have our sword, or both swords, sheathed, and then an enemy starts attacking us, we pull out the steel sword. Whoa! Hello! So, for example, right around now, we would probably want to do this. Make sure we have the silver sword going. We are dealing next to no damage to these guys. Seems like in group stance, for whatever reason, they were doing a great job of dodging, so I was deliberately changing to quick stance. We can at least take out one of them, I think. Yeah, it is dead. Again, I would really like to not fight you so close. Wow, that dealt a lot of damage. To the ghouls and Al Ghouls to crack one of them, because we are very close to doing that. But we do need the drowned tongues. That I know. Obviously, this is the beggar tick. There is a ghoul who's relatively far away from his friends, so I think we could potentially pick him off. But, I mean, we're not exactly on a ton of HP at the moment. Okay. Steel? No thank you. Silver. Looks like he's not going to give us much choice in the matter. We do want to switch to heavy stance. That was quite convincing. In fact, I'm not convinced that we took any damage from that. And therefore, I would not be so averse fighting this guy immediately afterward. Yeah, I mean, it takes us 2 hits. Not bad. That's still from the drowned dude. What? Where? Oh! Ooh, Al Ghul, okay. Is a little bit more powerful here. Gotta be cautious. Does seem as though we are succeeding, though, at our goal of driving these guys away from one another. But we don't have to fight them all simultaneously. Still active, Beggar Tick?
Looks
It
like
is
this
not.
tower collapsed on its own. I guess the swamp's not the best place for buildings this big.
I suppose you are correct. How much Beggar Tick did we need? I thought we just needed 5. That would be 5. But I'm not getting a little ping. We've succeeded. Not that. Or where it is. In Wolf Pelts. Oh, we thought it was 5. It's actually 10. Somewhere over here. Didn't see anything trigger. Would suggest that we may not have actually done everything that we needed to do. Okay. And yes, we have thinned the pack quite significantly, but I'm not sure. Oh, I take the back. I was gonna say I'm not sure that we'd be able to separate any more, although maybe could be that lucky. Get this guy here. Yep. Ideally, far enough away from his friends to fight only him. Want to be in heavy stance? Oh, pretty sure it's switched. Ow, don't do that. Oh, his friend is close by. I don't like this. Oh, we are using the steel sword, which is also a mistake. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not the scenario we wanted to happen here. We're on to silver, thankfully. Which, does help. I would very much like to get rid of one of you guys, at least. Okay, one down. Switch back to group stance. Does significantly less damage. There are 2 of you. Okay, got rid of you. Just you. Heavy. There we go. Alright, maybe not the cleanest after having attracted more of those guys than I was hoping to attract. But that is, I believe, at least all the enemies in the immediate vicinity. You might have seen an Equinox as well. And of course, these sounds are going to constantly keep me on edge here. Let's see. Have valuable stuff. This might be some of the people that... Oh, I did not mean to do that. Although, I suppose... it is an opportunity to spend some talent points. We now have Yurden, which is apparently actually the last one down here. I don't know if that's significant that we've somehow found first, second, and last. We skip Quen and Axie, or just do things in slightly different order than we were expected to do them. Maybe. So... don't even remember what the other ones do. We use them ever. Back from a... damage depends on sign intensity, endurance cost. Yes, but I'd like a general description of what this one does, because I don't remember. This isn't terribly helpful. Also, we're level 13, which means we're actually very close to being able to get silver points, so that is potentially notable. This is the one that we use most frequently. So do we just try to go crazy on that one? Maybe. A lot of points, though. I think at the moment, silver is useful too. We've only gone for the generic stuff there, but getting a chance to bleed on strong silver might be helpful. Oh, we already have default chance to bleed, but generally a lot more damage. That might be a safe bet. Do that. And chance to bleed. Oh, affected by incineration. Wow. Probably should have also looked for group silver, because that is certainly one of the things we're using most often. Lock down when fighting a bunch of people. Oh, okay, we do have that. Pretty sure. That's we have seen that. Yeah, damage on that. And fast. While we're at it, we'll take that. Damage plus 40%. Only when enemy is affected by blinding. We also don't really have that at the moment, so I think we hold off there. That's silver. A lot of extra stuff there. Could also, what's it? Oh, damage when we have low life. I do remember that. Or just generally generic damage. I feel like at this stage, before we have access to any of the special stuff, like many status effects, this probably does make some sense. Although, again, I'd really prefer to put it on strong steel, with second thought. Maybe preferred group or fast, because it seems like we tend to use those more often. But so be it. Also, I'm pretty sure that is just an objectively better version than this, but okay. Never mind the fact that we're sleeping or resting in the middle of a very dangerous area. Would normally make me very nervous. Only alcohol, potion base, a little bit of coins. Think. Ooh. That's just about it. For here, at least. If we look at our map, we can see, yes, there is the tower, although not so inclined to go there immediately because, well, actually, yeah, we don't even have the books we supposedly need in order to get there, so I think we absolutely would be jumping there a little too quickly if we were to do that now. Might make sense to go back to Grandpa's hut. Gramps' hut. I'm sorry. Although, tell you what, I think this might be a good place to wrap things up for this video, because, I mean, we explored way more than I expected to explore. Like I was saying, I know I saw this was all zoomed out when we were just over here in this area, but I thought that it was just gonna be, lots of water here, can't traverse there, so it's just, for whatever reason, zoomed out on this tiny little area that's not so significant, but turns out, a lot more stuff than I expected. And I'm sure even in these areas that look like they don't have much of anything, that wolf might be an indication that there is a little more to something here, and even these dark areas here, or not dark, but blank-ish areas here, might have something, and Gramps, somehow, we rescued you, or sent you where, like, here? I think? And somehow you traversed your way back here, potentially directly past the tower? I don't know, buddy. That's awfully strange. Somehow you managed to get through there safely. So, yeah, I think we have a lot of stuff to explore. A lot of stuff to explore in the next video. So we have that to look forward to. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you in the next video.